Well, greetings, hello, and welcome on back. Episode number 10. We've made it to the double digits. Big milestone. It's kind of cool. In the city, I feel like it's a 10-episode city now. I see it. I recognize this place. It's kind of weird, eh? I dream about it at night. So yeah, this episode, too ambitious, too much to do. If you can imagine, we're going to try to sneak some rails in. That's basically it. This is going to take the whole episode. I know it. If we can, for real, let's start moving some of the industry out. Let's try to redo our waterfront, but genuinely, I do want to get some rails through here. The city is getting a little bit dense. We're running out of corridors to kind of sneak some stuff in, but I thought we'd just swing for the fences. We got a brand new elevated train station that would look fantastic, I think, in this big open part right here. We'll run some elevated rail just through this portion. I really wanted it to be ground level the whole way through, but we've kind of built ourselves into a funny little hole right here. So the trains, just like the trams, they cannot cross with our trolley buses. So they also can't cross with the trams too. So the trains coming through here basically have to like hop up and over this little bit of infrastructure or tunnel underneath it. But tunneling with a canal is a little bit challenging. So I think we're kind of left with not many options. Anyway, so if all goes to plan, we'll elevate just a little corridor through here. We'll jump back down to ground level at this point, and then we'll ground level station. And I want to try the new ground level station over here. That one came from the content creator pack. Has a bit of an old kind of time feel to it. I think it'll capture the look of, like, you know, Gas Town or whatever you want to call this, the gas lamp area. That'll be really nice. And our baseball stadium is just one milestone unlock away. So we're getting close to that. So I think that's kind of like the bigger picture here. It's going to take quite a few episodes to, like, you know, empty the downtown and like get that like fully functional and start moving into like industries DLC and stuff, but we'll get there. And I do want to expand just a little bit more on residential. And I'm kind of at a weird thought right here. I didn't really realize this at the time, but last episode we basically built Harbor into an end loop, and I'm kind of tempted to keep this. So I don't know if I really want Harbor Street to like necessarily continue down this way. That could just be like the end of it. Then we scale into more residential and just like some smaller streets. But at the same time too, right? Like, how do we really encourage you to kind of get to like what would be the farmland and stuff? We might want to try to push you into the highway a bit more. Anyway, just some food for thought here. So if you have any thoughts too, let me know. But I don't think I want to continue that. Yeah, thinking out loud here. Anyway, don't focus on this. I'll just sit here and stare at that for the next hour. Let's just jump in. I'm going to start with the rails because this is probably going to be the most time-consuming and challenging aspect to this. And in reality, this is going to be a lot of trial and error. So this is not a bad spot right here in the grand scheme. We are very close, though, to our residential pocket. Don't have too many homes downtown, so let's not really disrupt them too much. So why don't we come across here? Relocate a few of these buildings, and we'll basically just go in a straight line, elevate it, and then just do a little 45. And that's probably the cleanest way to go through this. So that means everything moves again. The dance club next to the hospital. That's sending some weird vibes. And let's put the dance club down here. That's a good spot for it. Police station also is going to stay nice and downtown. Maybe right there. It's not too much disruption. I like that corner building too. Yeah, close to the action. And then that's a nice clean corridor for us to sneak across. Oh, look at that. As if we had planned this, eh? Yeah, really quick, just another look at this train station here. So, not bad. And I, for one, I would pay for like an infrastructure pack, eh? If they had like new train stations, police, bridges, all that kind of, a whole other round of them, I'd buy that. I think this kind of stuff I'm the most jazzed about, eh? Because so many of your like big service buildings, they become like extremely repetitive if you use them often. And this is a nice fun train station. And this pairs very, very well if you happen to have the extra stations pack as well. And so I feel like, oh, this is so tempting, eh? Like to do a, there's like bypass stations too. Oh man. No. Don't overcomplicate this. I think it would be fun though to try to get some cargo and some passenger running along the same corridor here. I just really happen to like that new train station. I don't know if I want to switch to the bypass one, but you know, we'll monitor traffic. We'll see how it goes, but definitely San Diego has like both forms of rail, just kind of front row and center. like, you know, industry and cargo, or passenger and, you know what I'm trying to say, passenger and freight. All right, so the $1 million question is, do we go and do ground level crossings through here? As crazy as it sounds, I kind of want to see what would happen. I don't know what it is. I just absolutely love ground level crossings in City Skylines. And I feel like going into the industrial area, right? Like, it would be not impossible to have some elevated rail, but I feel like from a convenience perspective, you'd have a ground level rail here, so you could have just like quick little entrances into like storage yards for some, like, you know, freight buildings, right? Maybe they produce something that needs like 1 or 2 train cars worth of, you know, storage or pickup, right? Challenging to do this kind of stuff in a vanilla setting, but hypothetically, if we unlock, say, like a big building, or we use one of these, you know, freight yards, we can just run this right next to it and make it seem like there's a little bit of storage to go along with the rails. So let's give that a small try, just so we can kind of keep that thought alive. And it'd be so, like, going back to like my other thought, right? How cool would it be if they had like a little prop pack for like a rail yard? Like a rail yard and like a shipping port DLC. Hook me up right now, eh? All right, that's probably enough room right there. Oh, off by 1 tile. You can tell you play the game a long time if you can kind of eyeball where the previous one was, just based on the pillar, not the pillars, or the node, and like the little cloud of debris that was disappearing. Yeah, I feel like that's cool. That is really cool. It has, like, in my mind, the right kind of like industrial look to it. It's not really a polluter as well, which is great, and we can collect stuff that's being created within these zones here, or these could be raw resources. So all we need to do is just specialize who goes what into here, you know? That's kind of fun. Do we want a way down there as well? Probably, even though there's no real function ever going to come from this. This is just for, like, looky-look's sake right here, you know? Yeah, that's the right kind of crazy. I like it. Okay. Guess we're doing a ground level crossing. And of course, if needs be, we'll put in some bypasses and stuff. I just feel like, yeah, this will just feel a bit more real. And if we could be ground level the whole way through. So yeah, next time we build San Diego or whatever, remind me. Remind me to do the rails earlier. Yeah, this is going to be the only challenging part. Just because we got the, you know, little canal bit right there. There's just so many pieces where the pillars are going to get, like, snarled, so this might take a couple tries here. Let's come from here. Like, what is the overall option, really? I always think of Transport Fever when I'm in these moments here, because, yeah, the Transport Fever pillars are just so much more cooperative. Yeah, there does exist. Okay, so I think what we need to do is look at this ground level, get the height where we want it, put this in place over top of the canal, and then try to attach everything to this in a clean way. Rebuilding our layer cake here, right? And then, you know, from a symmetry perspective, we'll just take what we can get. Let's just get something down, and then if needs be, we'll improve on it. If that's even possible. But I feel like, especially with the rail stuff, in vanilla, you just get to a point where, like, everything starts off so, like, clean and planned, and then you just hit, like, I don't know how to describe, you hit some wall, and all of a sudden you're like, just get it done. I don't care anymore. And you just end up with, like, this horrible spaghetti interchange of just, like, anywhere it fits kind of thing, right? I feel like that's, like, the vanilla evolution. It's so funny. So we'll go nice and slow so we don't end up with that, eh? Oh, that's so, yep. Perfect. That's not bad at all. Here I'm saying mean things about the game. It's actually been pretty helpful right now. Again, I do joke, but I feel like it is a love-hate relationship. Like, we love this game, the game just hates us, eh? It's like, all right, fine, you want to play? I'll play, let's go. Yeah, it's not too shabby. The dream would be to have that, like, a bit of a gentler curve, but let's be real, this is a challenging area to work with. Okay, one more iteration might be worth just a little bit of our time right here. The gentle curves are nice. I don't think we need to do too much more, but oh, that, yeah, even better. Even better. Yep, I'll take that. I don't think beggars can be choosers in this circumstance. If we wanted to get this better genuinely, I think we'd have to take out like part of the key wall, one of the roads, put the rail in, and then flood the area, put that back in, and then put the roads. That's a lot of effort just for like 2 pixels or whatever, right? And then from this angle, this is looking so much more complete. I like that a lot. That's really cool. And then really just, I'm not going to do this otherwise. Hang on 1 second here, guys. What I was hoping to use, let me get rid of this. So what I actually want is this to be on a slightly different angle. Where did you go? Yep. So just a little bit more like hidden in plain sight, right against the wall right there. Beautiful. Get this curve talking again. It's a close area. Might, oh, it's okay. Just barely fit that one. Perfect. Okay, now I'd like to use a bigger water treatment area or facility. This one. Yes, this is the one. Yeah. Oh, and it does fit. Excellent. So yeah, that one right there. And I thought this one in here, that looks really nice. And then we're going to use the open, yeah, this one. The open water treatment. I feel like this is a such like way better combination of the assets. It feels a bit more functional as well from like a visual perspective. I love that this one's a bit open, so you can kind of see like open aquifer or whatever you want to call it. This for me, now this looks like a facility. Before it was a little bit haphazard, whereas this is better planning. I like the thought process. We have some room here for some detailing as well. Put in some like, you know, fences, trees. Feeling good, so. Oh, but you know what though, the pollution. Oh, for Pete's sake. We'll monitor. I don't think those trees are going to be happy campers though. Instead, maybe put some palms in and just let her be. Not necessarily looking in detail right now, but that's just been bugging me, right? So, happy with that. And there might be a good chance, I do this often, you guys have seen this before, so it's not necessarily a new idea, but for someone it might be. I like putting in just a couple office buildings, and in my mind, these are like administrative buildings. And maybe a little bit of commercial in here or something. Open to change, but I like that. All right. Back to some rails. So over here, it would be nice to get some passenger access in and out as well. Why don't we use one of our new stations? Oh, it's just so great, all these. Ground bypass would be so cool to have, because that way we can get cargo trains rolling through this as well as the passenger, and they should not necessarily disrupt each other too much. I'm only going to keep that if we can get the tracks going underneath. Otherwise, that'll be moved to the next block down. Oh my goodness, yes. Yeah, see, like we run a rail like right in here. Oh man, but like the... Oh my goodness. All right, we gotta avoid the highway. So you have to go like this. Let's bridge this little bit here. I feel like it's easy for this stuff to kind of feel overwhelming. And if you're getting to a point where, like, you know, this is becoming too daunting, not a task, take your break. Take 10 minutes. Come on back after a cup of coffee. You'll feel good. And I think, yeah, the longer you play this game, well, one, the more addictive it becomes. So that's a whole other thing. But you just get to a point where, like, you start to understand that it's not all going to be done in one day. Like, Rome was not built in a day. That is a true statement, especially with this game, right? So the slow and steady approach... And especially with the vertical layering, if you get all this stuff done right, like when it's all said and done and you're sitting back eating dinner, just watching TV or watching the game, this is kind of like TV. It's just fun. The interactive city that you've built is really fun to look at. And I think from a vanilla perspective, you know, you get impressed when you put all these layers together and they like just talk in a nice way. My train of thought got a little bit broken there. I don't know if anyone saw that. You can go back in the video, but this is the most random factoid that I can drop for you guys. I've mentioned this in previous videos. So for someone, they're like, oh, I know this Imperial. I know this one already. If you go find a bird and you watch that bird will poop. I am dead serious. Give me a bird right here. So like these birdies, like the seagulls, right? If you watch them long enough, you'll see just a little kind of like gray white pixel blob fall. And it took me a while to capture that, right? We'll see if we can do it right now, but you'll literally just see seagulls poop. Like that level of detail is like, holy smokes, man. What an Easter egg, eh? I thought I saw it for a second. But yeah, if you have the time, just like, you know, keep an eye on your bird buddies here. You can even follow them if you want to. You know, at the end of the episode, I'm going to be like, oh, where did the time go? Didn't we just have like a couple extra minutes here to do something? I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, we were bird watching. If you can even call it that. Anyway, take my word for it. I don't know how much longer I need to stay here to see one, but you'll see just a little pixel drop. And I think he just went, which is why this is not... Maybe the bird's a little bit shy too. Maybe if we stop watching, he'll go, right? But anyway, I promise I'm not crazy. Even though I'm very sure like doubting me at this point, but anyway, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that one. Just leave me alone, okay? Back to the game, thank you. The simple things for the simple minds, I think is what they say, right? So ideally, this distance would be the distance of one train, so that we're not necessarily blocking too much if a train's trying to queue. I don't know if we're gonna get that lucky, so we'll see, but oh boy. Okay, so we can do a line from here straight to the downtown just to get some trains rolling, which is not too bad. Just to kind of test the water as well. And I had great suggestions coming in for some fleet colors for our transit, so I think we're going to have to deal with that next episode when we expand a little bit more as well. Let's just get this going, and then let's hopefully try to get an internal cargo loop. So if we start moving some of our industry over, and they start doing some manufacturing down here, there is a slim chance, but there's a chance that we would spawn a cargo train instead of trucks and then bring all of our goods into the downtown that way. A nice little opportunity there for ground, little bridgey bridge. Push that back slightly. That's not too bad. A little bit of a curve there, but it's not too bad. Okay, so this comes over. We avoid the highway, which is good, so no delays really there. That's kind of fun looking. We'll get some power in through here as well, because this is going to get a little silly without any actual functionality here. I'm going to do some commercial just to get something in here. Do a little bit of yellow industry over here to get some trucks. And then let's bring the power line across, and then we'll get rid of the excess when stuff starts to fill in. Oh, that's kind of cool, behind the track like that. That's not too shabby. All right, first customers, cool. And stuff's getting built. Oh, where are you coming from? How are you spawning? Oh, they're trucks. I thought those were coming from the train station. Oh, I love it. Okay, yeah, I guess, okay, let's go. Great song. We're switching radio stations. Let's do it. It's the now. All right, well, garbage could use a slight helping hand, so why don't we put a recycling facility and another pickup. Waste transfer, when we unlock those, will be good to use as well. But yeah, that's us putting the power back into this, getting this whole operation turned back on, respawned all of those garbage trucks. If you are burning trash, you'll create power here too, but I think we just got stuck in a small cycle. So all those trash icons should go away. It's a big distance to have to cover. But I think we'll be okay. And so that means now that we've got just a little bit of the infrastructure in place, we can start to unzone some of our yellow industry here, and then hopefully encourage them to like set the business back up in the new spot. So we'll do this in pockets, just so we don't disrupt all of our jobs and our taxes and stuff. Doing great budget-wise. That's the really good news here. I was kind of worried we go broke like we did before, but like very healthy budget. So now we've got like opportunity for a lot of unique buildings. We can start putting out some more pedestrian areas, which are very expensive. Onwards and upwards. And let's get one of our storage facilities holding on to the goods that are just being kind of generically made right here. And let's pick a spot where we can put down our cargo station downtown and see if we can get like a little bit of connectivity between the two zones. It's ambitious, but let's see if we can do it. And so what I'm picturing then... Oh, we don't have that much space left, eh? Because I was picturing this going across and then going down to ground level and then having like a little station for cargo like right around here. Maybe break off into that. Let's terraform a little bit more of this. Yep. And honestly, if this does not look cool or if it does not really work, we'll definitely change it. But I'm optimistic here. You never know, eh? You never know sometimes. So the trams have to have enough room to sneak like right by here. And so that means this road I think is going to come up. That'll be harbor. At least it should be. Yes, it is. And then hopefully just enough room to hide a cargo train station in plain sight right here. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay, having that work with the slope is going to be a challenge. There you go. And then same idea, if we wanted our bypass to be effective, we'd have to have enough room for an entire cargo train to spawn. Or is there, I don't know, they're tough sometimes, eh? I feel like it's my mouth can't keep up with my brain. My brain just thinks too fast sometimes. I don't know if you guys have that problem, but... And there is something, I don't know, but playing this game, it just makes me so, like, literally smiles for miles. I just get so excited. There is just something kind of, like, cute and fun about this game. Oh, you know what? In the dream world, we'd bypass before. But that's going to have to be, Going to bring that down by one tile. Yeah, just a little bit more room. Still enough room to terraform and get the tram through. That should not be an issue. Put this down here. And this way, the cargo trains should not be snarling the passenger trains. And then that would go, yep. And that would go perfect. Not even close. Better. Excellent. And then, yeah, all of these layers, like over top of the buses turning around. This is cool. If we get a couple like tall buildings snuck in here as well. And then now that the industry is on the way out, we'll start reclaiming the trees. We'll put in some new parks and stuff. Ah, it's so cool. And so, yeah, if we produce power and all that good stuff over here, this should start just becoming functional on its own. And then no line required. And we'll just see some trains start rolling through. And that'll be so cool. If we can make this a little bit taller, that'll help out. Cool. It is very tempting to try to make that work, eh? But I'll take what I can get. And that's not bad right there. Okay. Then I will zone some commercial just to help kind of fill this in and get power across. A little bit of offices in here for some heights. Let's get rid of the ones that would zone as kind of a weird shape. That can stay offices. And then just because we got some money to burn right now, what would be a fun building to put down here? Like a mall actually might be kind of nice, eh? Like a hypermarket? Somewhere where it would fit nicely. Yeah, let's see what we got. Oh, there is an actual mall. The mall of, what do they call it? Moderation, I think? Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's perfect for downtown. Oh, that's nice right there, too. This is the bio bus. Yep. That can be moved. Easy peasy. And let's put a mall. Yes, look at that, eh? Downtown. Nice little, kind of indoor-outdoor mall. And those trees will come in once the industry is moved. So let's move another bit of industry. Slow and steady. So let's unzone there. Head on over to here. Zone some more. You can see, though, we're having a little bit of issue with worker bees. So we will need some more workers down in this spot. Hopefully people will start using the train station. But a bus loop might... Oh, no, wait, look at the trains go. I forgot. They're beautiful. And so, yeah, we'll do a little bit more transit stuff next episode. I feel like we're kind of running out of time today. And then I want this one to be, just for the moment, let's put in commercial zones. So stuff that we're making in our yellow industry that's going to be sold in the blue zones will just be held right there. So manufacturing literally across the street. And then when this facility gets full, or people are calling for some extra stuff, trucks should spawn from here, drive down to here, and then a train should spawn, and then take those goods to this location, and then a truck should drop them off downtown. Hopefully. At least that's the plan right now. So yeah, a couple more tall buildings in here. Ooh, old clock tower. Perfect for a transit hub. Oh, I love that, especially in front of the university. Oh, that's fantastic. So I'm going to move this out of the way so it's not as claustrophobic in there. Put that behind with the other one. Fantastic. A little bit close in terms of proximity to the hospital, but I love those two together. So we'll keep that for the moment, but that possibly will change. And then just like, yeah, another couple somethings, you know? An opera house downtown might be kind of nice. That symmetrically also works there too. That's kind of a fun building. It is a shame, though, that it is not a symmetrical building. So I think I'm going to move that over by one so that the pillars kind of line up with the street. Yep. That's kind of fun there, too. All right. Yeah, see, there you go. There's a landmark, eh? Oh, do you want to meet by the university or by the theater? Oh, the opera house. We're closer to that today. And then I don't know if we need it, but like a tower just to kind of be like, yeah, we're a skyline. We got some height in here. Testing the water with a tall building. That's not too bad. The draw distance could be a little bit improved on, but I don't know. I don't think we're there yet. Hold these thoughts. We're not quite that tall of a city yet. Let's get there appropriately, you know? We're not there. Not there today. I will put this in, though. It's a cute little building. This one is basically like a little hotel. Oh, it's an office building. Oh, okay. There you go. That looks nice with our Green Cities buildings. All right, just so we can say we've done it. Okay, so power has made its way over here now, which is good. So we should start seeing some functionality out of our cargo. All of these guys have power. Definitely could use some more workers, but we do have stuff being produced, which is good. Our facility is starting to collect, which is good. Let's connect this up. Oh, that'd be fun. That also works for me. And then next episode, we'll just spend a little bit of time over here, and we'll see if we can maybe get a train to spawn, because I don't think we're quite there yet. But that should be kind of the next iteration of this. Okay, well, guys, let's leave it here before we start another project. Let's try to be a little bit more aware of the time. I think we're doing pretty good overall. Yeah, here we go. All this stuff's getting dropped off here. That's great. So I think these trucks are picking up stuff to drop off for downtown blue zones. The cargo train is not spawning just yet, so that'll be what we'll work on next time. We may have to move some of this down. This is probably still a little bit too convenient for the trucks, but we're getting there. Anyway, drop me a line. Let me know what you think. I think a lot's happened this episode. I did want to do a bit more of the Waterfront rebuild. I'm glad we snuck this in, though, eh? That little rebuild made me happy, but there's just so much to do, and 30 minutes is never enough time, eh? Well, if you're enjoying the show, make sure you come back for another episode. Always love having you. Love hearing your thoughts, too. Been great comments, and I think you guys are really starting to, like, ramp up the comments, too, as the episodes kind of go on. A little bit more faith that the series will continue. Kind of bad like that, but, you know, it is what it is sometimes, eh? And the content, it sometimes becomes tough to make. It doesn't seem to be tough to make now, so let's just keep rolling with this, you know? That's it. Smiles for miles, guys. Appreciate you hanging out. Stay hydrated. Happy building. I'll see you next episode. We've got a lot to do. And, yeah, let's go. All right, take care of yourselves. Happy building. All the best.